Hello everyone, how's it going? Everyone's having a fantastic day. This is Visions of Gold Run episode 7, somehow. It's August, somehow. I don't know where time has gone. Time is just a thing that happens. I'm May, welcome. Joined by lovely cast here, and we'll go around and say who you are and who you playing and a favorite character detail real quick. And we'll start off with Jess.
Oh no, on the spot. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Jess, pronouns they, them. I play Miguel Miradiro, otherwise known as Mira, to all of their friends, which all of you are, so your friendly neighborhood Call of the Open Sea Paladin, who people often mistake for a rogue, not a swashbuckler, not a pirate, question mark? Can that be my thing? Did a little prayer moment last time. That was the closest. That was the closest to being like a paladin. So yeah, happy to be here. So excited. Definitely wet.
On that note, next up we have Evan.
Hi, kia ora everyone. I'm Evan, aka Moldy Nerd on Twitch and Twitter, and I'm happy to be back. I've been away, and I managed to catch some of the episodes while I was away. It was so good seeing the cast doing their magic. And I am playing Kawu, who's just a little young, cute, sweet owlin boy, fresh out of college, is on a gap year. From Strixhaven, and is just part of the gang, but is a Circle of the Stars druid, and kind of takes his studies quite scientifically, so likes the workings of things, but also is very happy to chat with the animals, make friends with the animals. That's one of his favorite things.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised we don't have a Horizon Back tortoise as a pet.
Yet. Yet. I can see on the Roll20 map, I can see one.
Yeah, there is.
That belongs to a family.
A family. Yeah. Not for sale. Next up we have Hamna.
Hello everybody, my name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. You can find me on Twitter at @shahid_. And today I will be playing Prince Ada Wahaj Talviel, who uses they, he pronouns. And a fun fact about Ada that hasn't come up yet in the game is that they are the eldest of 7 siblings. They are 31 years old, and their youngest sibling is 3 years old. Little wee baby.
A big gap. Next up, we have Jay.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. I use they, them pronouns, and today I am playing Shimanyani Isenthra, who is a cartographer and a war veteran and the bodyguard of Prince Ada. A fun fact about Shimanyani is that I'm stalling while I pull up the names. The fun fact about Shimanyani is that I have studied cartography at 2 separate schools. Call it an undergrad and a graduate schooling, if you may. And I studied cartography both at the Hall of Erudition in Zadash and the Marble Tomes Conservatory at Rose. So I've studied many, and that's where I learned how to do cartography as I know it now. So that's my fun fact. Oh, and Shimanyani uses any and all pronouns because Yanni does not know what gender is and doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Mood.
Yay. And normally we have Stella, who plays Medea, a wonderful, very wholesome Firbolg, who is currently making an adventure pack for her daughter. So they'll kind of be in the background, but follow Stella, amazing TTRPG DM, player, producer. They DM on Saturdays for Sovereign that we just premiered last week. It's a lot of fun. And then, yeah, they're just awesome. So,
Retweet.
Last time we had started off with a full red moon of Rudius. Ended up everyone kind of tossing and turning. Yanni had another one of their nightmares, which ended up being, a touching moment with Aaron and Yanni, kind of calming Yanni down before they were attacked by a very scary, shadowy, demon-like gloomstalker, as you do out in the, waste as we are. But the party was able to deal with that pretty quickly. They're pretty swift with their stuff. Before I continue on with the little recap, so Kawu, you haven't been with us. So during that full moon, and I know Kawu's a night owl and would have been awake for this. I would have seen it shine bright. What has broken? As
Again?
you have drawn the Talon card, so it's a magic item this time.
You...
I gotta find it. My buttons aren't working.
Okay. And did you say Talon card?
Yes.
Okay, this is perfect. So, let me just pull up my character, because one of my magic items is the Illuminator's Tattoo, which, if I read about it, produced by a special needle, this magic tattoo features beautiful calligraphy, images of writing, implements, and the like. To attune this item, you hold the needle to your skin. We want the tattoo to appear, pressing the needle there throughout the attunement process. When the attunement is complete, the needle turns into the ink that becomes the tattoo, which appears on the skin. And when you're attuned, while it's on the skin, you can write with your fingertip as if it were an ink pen, and the ink never runs out. As an action, you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name, and that writing becomes invisible to everyone other than you and the named creature. And as destiny would have it, I had that tattoo on one of my taloned claws of my hand. So the Talon card is very accurate. So I'm not sure, maybe I was flying and the shock of seeing the moon again, I think it probably, there's twice now that I've been awake and have seen this moon, and the ill omens, I probably had flashbacks to a time that I've seen it again, and something very bad happened in my past. Something deep within the Savalier Wood, which caused me a great amount of distress. And I think that flashback stuns Kawu during flight, and my wings fold up and I crash. I fall out of the sky, struggling to maintain consciousness, and I crash into the stony ground and break my finger, break a talon, snap it as I try to put my hands down to brace myself. And It's the talon that has got the tattoo on it, and it destroys the magic.
Ooh. It's so sad, but so good at the same time.
Oh, bittersweet.
So yeah, that's...
Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Chat, you can also continue the fun times with the Deck of Many through tips and bits to the players. We do have a few that have yet to be drawn. So there's those, but we've had a little bit of a backlog. I'm working through them. I want to make them most poignant where it hurts the most. In last episode, we did have everyone, now at this point, go through a card at the full moon of Rudius. Now
We don't like this moon.
What is with this moon? After that night there of the full moon, continued on with the caravan. Everyone went invisible for a bit, confusing Yanni why everyone, decided to go invisible. But it was just mere, testing out the abilities of the Jewel of Three Prayers and its fun abilities. Medea also ended up finding that her daughter was traveling with the team's rivals. And they had a nice little family reunion. And then now we find our party at the Emerald Loop Caravan stop, where they have all getting ready to spend the night. And yeah, this one. There we go. So I have to do everything manually because my hotkeys are suddenly today's like, nope, you don't want to.
Look at this beautiful map that May made, everyone. May made this. Or you could say she made it.
So good.
Yeah.
Yanni, why is your token upside down?
I don't know why my token is upside down. I think I did that. Funny,
Yanni is
Yanni's doing
doing
a
a
handstand.
handstand.
Yeah.
Yanni's doing a handstand now. As we speak. Just show up.
I was gonna say like those handstand push-ups. Like,
Yeah,
so, like fully
I
like
thought that
The
as well, yeah.
one-handed
air.
handstand push-ups, yeah.
The Jedi push-up.
Never skip
One
rock
finger
day
push-ups.
after all.
Just a little workout before I go to sleep, gotta stay buff, yeah. What do you think of my new character voice? Huh?
I'm reevaluating the romance between our characters.
It's like, what was I thinking?
Hey, Ada, check this out.
God, no!
That Yanni's so hot right now.
Oh,
I think it just became a part of Team Non-Wet.
Teeth dry.
Oh. Yep. So, where do we find Kau at the stop for the evening? What do you think they'd be up to?
Are they not with the party then? Or...
No, you're with them. Like everyone
Okay.
is together. You can drag your token over to wherever you
Okay.
want to put it.
Clearly right in front of the horizon bag.
Knew it. I knew
Yeah.
it.
So they'll be nursing a very sore hand, very sore finger and wrist. But they'll see this mighty creature, this noble creature, with what looks to be houses on top of it.
Yep, there's a full-on like housing complex, like a couple stories of, wood, and it's got like curtains and banners and awnings and stuff attached to it.
And I'll look around and see if there's anyone tending to the creature.
There doesn't seem to be anyone like actually like attending to the tortoise. However, there are a family of goblins and hobgoblins that are kind of out and about. Specifically, little Gothby and little Chespa. They're little small ones. They've been kind of running around underneath, trying to climb up the leggies of the tortoise. And
Okay.
an older woman has been kind of like doing her best of trying to do laundry, trying to cook dinner, and then trying to not have the kids climb up too high. And constantly like, down, no climbing, no climbing.
Oh, yeah, kids will do that. They'll climb everything. Hey, I've got an idea. Maybe I've got something that could help them like occupy themselves and also help. Is this your friend? This huge friend? Is this your friend?
Yeah, this is Big Yuo.
Big Yo-Yo?
Mm-hmm.
Big Yo-Yo. And I'll sort of like hold out a hand for Big Yo-Yo to smell.
We like to keep, our tortoises named after vegetables. It's kind of like an ochre cucumber that grows in the wastes.
Oh, really? Do they eat those?
From time to time. His favorite's kimchi.
Kimchi. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I met some friends, some Horizon backs in Jiao, and they like cabbages. I think that might be, yeah. In fact, and from a pouch, I'll pull a small handful of cabbage seeds, and I'll go, hey kids, hey, do you wanna do something cool?
They'll just kind of like big eyes and like looking up at you, like, yeah.
Well, Big Yo-Yo here really likes cabbages, right? Would you like to, have you got like a little garden that you could grow some cabbages in? Because watch this, I've got something, and I'll cast Mold Earth. One second, I think that's, yeah, it's a cantrip. I'll go, hold out your hands, and hopefully, I don't know what to do.
They're like, we got some vegetable pots and stuff. And then you kind of like see like on a sill, there's kind of like a row of various like potted herbs and plants that kind of like lining and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, grab one each, an empty one.
None of them bring an empty one.
Okay.
They just grab the closest one to them.
Okay. I'll cast Mold Earth on twice, and I'll just grab like a sphere of earth, and one at a time, and then I'll put a cabbage seed in it, and I'll druid craft that seed into a cabbage seedling in a ball of earth, and then I'll stick it into that flower pot for them. I'll like maybe move some soil aside and stick it in and give them both a flower pot with their own cabbage seedling. Look after that, and it will grow into a magnificent cabbage which you can feed to Big Yo-Yo.
Auntie, and they just kind of like both like run off, and they're like showing. They're like, oh, that's nice, dear. Yeah. We'll have to make sure we water it, and you have to take care of these ones, okay? Kind of like trying to calm them down of their excitement. They're very young, so she knows they're gonna need help, but she's happy to help them with the plants.
Cool. I'll give Big Yo-Yo a pat on the nose and on the snoot. And I won't bother them anymore because, they're doing their thing and they have got a community attached to them. So I don't want to upset that balance. And I'll probably catch up with the rest of the party.
Before
because
you do,
I want to. Oh.
before you do, at some point before Kawu would have gone up to this family, Ada would have told them about how this horizon-back turtle actually needs healing because I believe one of its paws was injured in some way. And knowing that you like tortoises, sorry, and are capable of healing, Ada would have told you that information.
Is that Ada remembered because I didn't?
Oh. Ada, do you know which paw it is? So I could have a look. I could help.
I, Hamna, do not remember which paw it was, so we'll just say that I told you which one.
Okay,
Make
yeah,
it up.
sure.
Yeah.
It's one of the 4.
Okay, so I'll go around. I'll find it. In fact, yeah, I'll find it. It should be obvious if I could talk to it, I suppose. Yeah, why not? Let me. I'll use it. I'll cast it as a ritual. You never know. And what does the ritual look like? Did I do a ritual before when I cast it? I think I did it. No, I didn't. I just walked up. I think it's later. We'll probably sleep soon. So I'll just cast it normally. And I'll go up very calmly and I'm like, hey, hello, friend. My friend tells me that you've got an injured paw. I could help if you would like me to look at it for you. I'm a healer.
That would be very nice. It is my back left one.
Your back left one. I've been told your name, the language that they speak is Big Yo-Yo, but is that your real name? Okay.
It is close. It is cucumber, so just basically that is what that you mean.
Cucumber. It's a beautiful name. I'm gonna go and have a look at your paw. It might be a bit tender to the touch, but please don't crush me while I'm working, and I promise you it'll feel better.
I will try.
Thank you. And I'll go back to that paw and have a look and see what the damage is back there.
You can definitely see that there's been kind of like salves and stuff kind of like tended to it. I can't remember exactly what I said last week. There was something, I think a horn of something that was kind of like stuck, kind of like looks like a sliver in the way of, or like a, yeah.
Okay.
In size comparison anyways.
Sure. All right. Let's get one sec. Okay, so I'll find out where it is, and who is with Ada? I might need your help.
Oh, sure. I am not as versed in healing as you are, but I would be happy to.
I think you're quite nimble. It's just getting the thorn out. Is the thorn out, or is it still in there?
It's out. They've
it's out.
kind of like tended what they've done, but it looks like it's having trouble healing, and it's probably why they've stopped for a little while to help.
Okay.
Help it
Sure.
heal.
Yeah. I suppose if they keep walking on it, it's not going to heal, is it?
Yeah, with the house on top, it's kind of.
With that, right? Okay. So right. Okay. I'm gonna heal it, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So don't be afraid. And you'll see. I hold my star map in between my injured talons, and I'll bow down, and then as I do that, I spread my wings, and I'm all black, like almost like kind of blue black, like shimmering darkness. But then the shimmer kind of like drops away, and it's just like almost like a black silhouette of my form, and you just see pinpricks of light in that black silhouette of stars. And the star map in the middle, which I'm holding, is glowing. And then those stars sort of almost, they start to slowly form into a shape of a chalice. The black wings and my outline's still there, but the star form in the middle is the shape of a chalice. And then I'll reach out and I'll cast Cure Wounds. I'll touch the wound and I'll cast Cure Wounds. And as I cast Cure Wounds, each of the pinpricks of the chalice light also flare and add healing power to the spell. And yeah, do you want me to roll for the healing? Or?
It's fine. It would
Okay.
be effective enough, yeah.
Okay. And as the healing kind of power, you see the wound sort of closes up and the inflammation, the redness dissipates and it looks much better. I think you'll be fine, Big Yo-Yo. And I'll put the star map back down, but I'll still retain that form.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Good luck on your journeys. And I'll turn to Ada. All right. Okay. I think we're done. I think everything is okay. And turn and go to walk away and turn back into a feathered little owlin. Thank you for your help.
Now, before everyone kind of goes to bed, Mira or Yanni, I know Yanni was taking an early night. Have they already kind of disappeared into a tent, or are they still out and about?
I think after buying sort of the ink and stuff, Yanni finds like a spot that's sort of away from other people, pulls out their map notes, and will update those field notes. And I think they make a mental note to like tomorrow morning ask about any more of the waste walkers, I think, to at least try to tell someone about past casualties that we encountered on the way. Yeah, he basically doesn't want to talk to anyone else and is trying to just go to sleep and hope that they actually get a restful night. So I'm just gonna like, I don't know, I'm under a tree. I'm under this tree. I'm asleep.
Alrighty. What about Mira?
After having their moment in the woods with the wild mother, and that sort of thing, Mira would have, not all, like, wouldn't have stayed up all night, but would have tried to have, like, hung out with the dryads a little bit to trade stories, because Mira is an avid, like, collector of stories from, like, around the world, and also chatting up cute folks, you know, as you do. Both important things. So yeah, they would have just been, like, you know, hanging out, trying to tell some of their stories and impress them, and hopefully hear, like, genuinely with, like, lots of interest, try and see if they have any stories they would like to share, or like you know, like for more folks to hear, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're definitely keen on you know, sharing various tales, and they probably would have seen you come back from the shrine and would have been very grateful and appreciative, you know, of that respect to Melora. And yeah, they're you know, jovial. It's like they're enjoying the party, but you can tell that they're hosts. You know, they're not, like, completely, like, you know, at ease and letting it go. They're still kind of, you know, trying to make sure, just in case anything happens, they're on their toes. But yeah, like their tales are of more about like various travelers who've come in and out and stuff like that. It's been most of their experiences that they would be able to share.
And I would actually, since we are coming from like a place and we have some information, I would share anything relevant with them, like that rash thing we found out about. I would give them like a little bit of warning about that, because I think it's Mira thinks it's really important to share this sort of information with everyone around, so that everyone is aware and able to fully react accordingly.
Yeah, one of them would have been Lenata. She's like, "Oh, we've had a few soldiers with that come through. I hope they're able to find some comfort. It did look mighty uncomfortable. It definitely didn't look like anything that we could do about it. Naturally, it's disconcerting. But yeah, we'll definitely make sure to keep an eye out for more of that."
Of course, just want to make sure that and everyone here is prepared and aware, so as to avoid any possible infections themselves.
Oh, it's greatly
And I wouldn't keep them up
appreciated.
too late. I wouldn't. They're busy, and we're still technically working. You know what I mean? We're still technically like doing this whole thing, so it's not like Mira's not trying to force anyone to like party. Like it's not that vibe.
Yeah, there's definitely a few of like the traveling caravan. There's probably like generally half a dozen, folks still up and about, and some of them are, have been relaxing quite at their leisure, as this is kind of like one of the more safer spots in the wastes that you could be is this spot. So it is, if one was gonna, have a nice drink by the fire in the evening, this would be your one chance to do it on the road kind of thing.
Perfect. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then everyone heads to bed after that. Y'all managed to have a nice restful sleep. No bright red moon tonight. And you're all kind of woken up as caravans and everything's getting packed up, and everyone's kind of like, for the most part, getting ready to head out and back on the road. Anything anyone would like to do in the morning?
I think Ada last night would have spent at least some of it up, watching over Yanni specifically, worried that he is having nightmares again, unable to sleep. And during that time, while they were still awake, I think they were kind of observing and looking at this dagger that they had found on the waste walker that had died. And still not knowing anything about this person, really. I think Ada in the morning, if we have time before we leave, would have kind of gone around camp, like showing people the dagger, asking like, does anybody recognize it? Does anybody recognize the name that's engraved onto it? Any information that he can get. And maybe going with Yanni, since Yanni also wanted to share information about the Waste Walkers.
Yeah, I think Yanni lets Prince Ada do the talking. I noticed that Yanni is like unusually more quiet. And yeah, they'll let Ada do most of the talking as we sort of walk around and talk to everybody.
Yeah. Partway through, kind of like going around talking to a couple of folks, you do come across a couple humans who do look like they're similarly dressed as the individuals that you had come across. And they definitely kind of perk up. And where did you get that?
I found it. We found it, unfortunately, on the body of somebody who had been killed on the road. It looked like a monster attack, possibly a demon.
It's
Do you
like
recognize it?
duck.
Yeah, that's our fathers, and you see kind of like they look like maybe like late teens, like this Tyvak and I'm Magra. We saw the attack coming, but father kind of put us on the horse, and well, here we are. So no one else was there, huh?
No, I'm so sorry. There were a lot of people there, but we weren't able to find any identifying items on them. I think we gathered some trinkets just in case, but this was the only one that had any concrete information about who it was.
We can trade for it if you like.
No, you can just have it.
Are,
It's not
are you
ours
sure?
to keep anyway.
We have this battle axe that's kind of imbued with magic. If you want that.
I appreciate the offer. It just feels wrong to take something in exchange for this.
Thank you. And she kind of like, if you opt for it, she'll kind of like take it and kind of like hold it to her, and you can kind of like tell in their expression, like it's easy to kind of read in a way that, you know, they knew, but they didn't, you know, they were hoping for the best kind of thing, you know. So they're just kind of like, you know, walk back over to the center of the camp as everyone's kind of like packing up, and they just kind of like sit by the morning bonfire and mourn their father, pretty much.
I think before they leave, Ada makes sure to tell them that our party and all of the others here in the large caravan that had come with us had stood vigil over their father and over the rest of the people that were there as well, that we had made sure to build a funeral pyre so that at the very least their father went appropriately.
Yeah, with that, I think there's definitely some tears. They're holding it back, but there's definitely like the welling up, and we're very grateful. Thank you.
It's
very
the least that we could do.
very kind to just stop in the middle of a dangerous place to do that. Thank you.
And I think Ada turns to Shimonyani. You wanted to speak to everybody, correct?
Yanni just kind of shifts their weight, and because they've sort of been nodding along and just murmuring like words of like just agreeing with everything that Ada was saying and telling them, and I think Yanni just repeats very briefly that they had come across the Waste Walkers previously in their travels, and you know, with their funeral practices, and was able to sort of lead the group of the caravan that was all here in paying respects and sending them off according to their tribe's traditions. And I think the very last thing they say is just, I'm very sorry. And they trail off, you know, a bit awkwardly, and they just kind of nod once, and they look back at Ada, and their facial expression just says like okay, like.
And I
Yeah.
think Ada nods, recognizing the look on Yanni's face, and sort of motions for the two of them to go back to the group. And as they're walking back, I think Ada is, normally I think walks just like a step behind Yanni. So Yanni usually leads the way a little bit, and they reach up their hand as if to comfortingly, pat Yanni on the back, but they kind of think better of it and drop their hand back down and just follow.
Okay. What would Mira be up to?
Lifting rocks.
Can't skip rock day.
Can't skip rock day. Like, not gonna bother Yanni, but like if Yanni looks their way, like Mira will definitely like cock an eyebrow, but like won't say anything because they're doing stuff. So like Mira's like respecting their space, but they're over there like just lifting rocks. Like they're not gonna.
I think like after this is walking the group, and I think they just like Ada can watch them just like roll their shoulders back and take a deep breath and just walk to go join you, and they get a lift in.
Yeah. So sometimes it's cathartic, just lifting rocks.
That is true.
Yeah, I think like we just start heaving them. Like I want Yanni to just like pick one up and like hoist it like over their head and like toss it like a couple feet. Big rocks, but just to toss one a bit. And it is very cathartic. You are correct.
Nice.
Few of words, but big of muscles. That's what this is like.
Oh yeah.
I think Kawa will be like sort of like cross-legged on the back of a horse, on back of their horse, and we'll have like their notebook open, and we'll have their talon, their finger pen, and I'll be just trying to scribble and like kind of like shaking the end of it to try and get like the magic to work, and like scrabbling away. I was like, and being really like, jellyfish stingers, this is not working. And then like looking really frustrated around. I was like, I've got to find a pen and go look for someone who's selling pens or supplies. All fluffed up, angrily, frustrated.
Yeah, you definitely find the merchant still around in kind of like a red circular-ish tent to the northwest.
Oh yeah.
A little slow in the morning, but they greet you. I forget Janet's voice, but hey, how's it going? Good morning. He is a hefty bugbear gentleman in decent looking clothes. You can tell he's a merchant, but isn't overly fancied with his cloth and materials, but definitely, well dressed.
Good morning, fine fellow. I'm in the market for a writing implement, a pen or a pencil, if you would have one.
I believe we've got some charcoal sticks and still got some paper.
Charcoal sticks will be perfect. Perfect.
All right. It's not very much at all.
It's fine. I'll what have we got here? A silver. I'll give them a silver piece.
He'll throw in like an extra piece of charcoal for you.
You're very kind. Good day.
Good day. Thanks doing business with you.
And I'll scurry back and carry on making notes about the moon and where the stars were in the sky at that exact time when Rudius messed me up by appearing and dropping me out of the sky. I'm going to bring that up to the party later as well, I think. That needs to be mentioned. Maybe everyone else had bad ill omens as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you all kind of, start to collect, and you do notice that most of the caravans that are heading out are heading more southwest towards Asarius. Few are continuing on to Bazozan. Your party and also the familiar faces of your rivals are also, kind of getting themselves ready, and it, for sure that they're heading to Bazozan, so as well. But before we continue, we'll have a first bio break, refill water, stretch, grab snacks, and we'll be right back.